everyone online is muted. Everybody in the class is still yakking away here. Okay. So I've got, yeah, we've been socializing for half an hour. I've got a couple of quotes for you as you're finishing setting up. This one is from Degas, who wrote, "Don't draw what you see, but what you want others to see."
Yeah.
So if you don't want the pumpkins in there, then leave them out. But if you think they're, or you want the tractor to be front and center, then draw it so that it's bigger or prominent. Anyone know the artist Lucian Freud? Weird artist. I try to paint what I can't imagine myself painting.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
for instance, maybe the tractor engine could be, I can't imagine myself trying to paint a tractor engine. And then lastly, I like this one a lot. Concentration while painting wipes you out like vigorous exercise. You know how you feel like beat after a class? Because that mental concentration really takes it out of you. So that's our lesson. All right.
Too true.
Okay.
Often the masters had beds, those old-fashioned beds in their studios.
Yeah.
Now we lie.
Well, I'm not adverse to having a nice easy chair in my studio to put up and catch a few winks. I've got my value study here, and I've written down here focal point. I want these pumpkins right in the lower right to be a bright and focal point here, with all the architecture and buildings kind of pointing toward that kind of stuff. I'm going to have some of my darkest darks are certainly going to be in the darks of the engine and in the tractor. This side of the building is going to be in shadow, but I'm going to show a little bit of light, which isn't even in the photograph, but I'm going to have a little bit of a light side of that farmhouse so that we see a corner there. All right, so here we go. The scariest thing about painting is a blank canvas, and here we go. So.
Yeah.
All right, as I've done in the past, I'm gonna put water in the sky, and I'm gonna go right down into the landscape.
Okay.
Oh God, isn't it? Okay, back and forth. So since my painting surface is at an angle, as I just keep doing horizontal brush strokes, the water starts coming down. I'm not going to I'm going to skip that roof. I'm going to go down into here. And because I don't really want to line. Okay, I got to get a little bit of water up in here underneath the. Okay. Is that it? That part's easy. And since most of the lines, the perspective lines go in this direction toward the lower right, I'm going to have the sky. I could have a simple just blue sky, but I'm going to have the sky go a little bit in the other direction.
Tell us how you really feel, Judy.
And is that just Windsor red, or did
That's,
you mix it?
is it alizarin? A little bit of alizarin.
Oh, I thought you went there.
No.
No. Okay. Sorry.
All right, that's all right. Okay, so this needs to set up before I put the blue in. So it's kind of like, well, do I stop everything right now and let you paint? No, of course not. I'm gonna just move along. I'm gonna knock off something early. I'm gonna take care of this roof of the house. I'm gonna use raw sienna. Yeah, kind of the yellowish.
Because of the sun.
But that paper over there was dry, right?
This is dry over here, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a very big patch. So I want a feeling that the sunlight is hitting this side of the roof. So that's why it's that kind of color, even though I know it's probably gray shingles. And while I'm at it, maybe I'll just
Looks warm to me. Yeah.
Let's do the same on the roof here, so I'm not wedded to this color. I'm just gonna
Yes, hold on a second, please.
hold on. Are you talking to me, Karen? You want me to hold on? Okay,
No, I'm sorry, I got a call, I'm trying to put mute myself.
This is pretty funny. Okay, now that I've just done that, just a couple of minutes there, I will. Oops. Now I'm going to get a little bit of cerulean, ultramarine. Okay, the sky is always stronger color at the top,
And lighter at the horizon.
and lighter, sometimes lighter at the horizon. But I'm going to go down right down through here, and notice the paper has now started to dry out, so that I can. But I'm still getting that bleedy look, you know,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
which is what I want. See that? See those two drops? It's like drops of water or something. I don't know.
Someone's crying on
I know. Or I flicked my brush and I didn't mean to.
Oh, right.
Oops.
Right through the trees, of course.
Yeah, right through the trees.
Right through the trees. I guess I'm going to leave that little bit of white there. I'm not sure. And
So he's, yeah, there is a field in the back.
by
Yeah, he didn't put the field in yet. He stopped.
no, I
at
didn't.
the-
Yeah, I
the
didn't.
field
I
line.
didn't do the because that's going to be a much lighter color. Oh heck with it! I'm just going to go through those posts. All right. So I'm not going to get too much into that. That tree is fairly light, so I'm going to keep that light. And I think I'm going to just stop right now.
You're not gonna do the grass while you're at it.
Not going to do the grass.
And you're gonna keep that red tone at the top of the horizon then? The top of the, no, top of the sky.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that.
Okay.
Or do you think it's too much? You know, get a little bit.
Just in the blue.
You kind of want, you're looking at abstract shapes. Like that pink shape is kind of nice. And then I've got a little bit of white down here. I'm just going to leave it. All right, off you go.
Off I go.
Okay, you got 5 minutes to do the sky. Oh, decisions. I made them all for you.
Yeah, but I don't like some of them.
Oh,
Wow, someone's a confident painter now.
all right.
The job of whining and complaining has already been taken.
Thank you.
That's right. She's
I got it. That's my job.
And believe me, if you want to use cobalt blue instead of ultramarine, have at it. If you enjoy phthalo blue, have at it.
How about a different color than the alizarin?
Yeah, any color. You could use that permanent rose and anything that's sort of a warm color.
Should I use raw sienna? Or you get both?
Yeah, the only problem
And
with
don't
raw
forget,
sienna is that when the blue mixes with it, it can get a green tone.
and don't forget, don't paint what's really there, paint what you want others to see.
Right, right. Okay, I'm using my finger to blend a couple of these little spots. All right, I'm going to start in by putting some just water over all the grass areas. Okay, I'm going to start right down here. I'm going to be a little bit careful around the tires. I see some whites at the edge of the tractor tire, so I don't want to lose some of that. But underneath the tractor, there's another pumpkin down here.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna have pumpkins underneath that thing. Okay.
And I can remove all the other parts, you know.
Candy corner.
Huh?
Candy corner.
Yeah.
Okay, I have this little circle where there's a kind of a turnout for people to drive and pick up their pumpkins, so I hinted at that, but I'm not putting my water in
Is
it.
that just dirty water?
This is just water, yeah.
Dirty water.
Dirty water. All right, there we go. And do I put, I don't know if I really want to put here. This is so hard to put water in this area. I am putting a little bit of water on that field, this distant field. Okay, and now I'm gonna aureolin for my my grass color. Aureolin and cerulean, and both colors are. I just squeezed them out today, so they're nice. They're nice and juicy. I don't want to be.
Yeah, my wedding. That was the same piece we put on the clothesline.
Juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
I go around the tires, then I pull away. I want to get that sort of feeling of the notches, and if the grass is darker, it's going to be darker nearer the bottom. Let's get a little bit more.
Looks like the grass is lighter. Ooh, right through the shadow.
Right through the shadow. The shadow's going to be darker, right?
Yeah.
Which will go over it anyway.
So Ned, you said you were careful around the notches of that tire
Yeah.
to not, yeah.
I kind of want to. I may want a little bit of white at the edges of them because it's kind of bright out there. Now I can feel the paper is starting to dry up on me,
Dun, 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 dun.
so I just got to keep moving. Big brush strokes. Oh, I know what I want to do. This little pull-out area. I'm going to put a little bit of raw sienna. Alizarin or something. Okay, here we go. That's more of that. I should have done that before.
You go right over that shadow because you make that darker.
Ned, I missed the color green that you made.
Yeah, it's-
Recording stopped.
Sure. The color green is aureolin and cerulean. And now I'm going up a little bit inside this turnout.
You said your recording stopped.
Why did my record?
Just-
Oh boy, Bill, something's spinning.
Bill, you need help.
No.
Recording in progress.
Okay, it's going. We're okay. It started up again. I don't know why it stopped.
Maybe the Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, it could be.
I have no idea.
It's gotta be the Wi-Fi.
Okay, thanks, Barb, for letting me know. Now, the distant field, I'm not going to make as bright as the foreground, so I'm going to use raw sienna and cerulean blue. And I just want to see it's a little more of a brownier. But it's still a pale tone. But it's not as sunlighty, like whatever. Okay, and I'm just messing that up. Okay, and I'll paint in this, and I'll be done. Just a little more cerulean, and I'm going to go around that little. What is this called, Kathy? This little
I don't know, smokestack.
smokestack.
Yeah, probably, smokestack, yeah.
Okay, so just painting a couple little spaces up here. Trying to go around that smokestack, and then I'll let you paint.
Oh, maybe it is, I don't know, I couldn't tell, yeah.
Almost to leave it, now you just leave it, so weird.
Yeah. Okay. So get your greens in, and now the painting is like, wow, 75% covered with something, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's something. Shit. through my pumpkins, damn it.
What happened? You went through
See
some
the
pumpkins?
I put in the front?
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
that's right, I'll blot it, hopefully it'll. Damn it. Darn it.
Damn it.
I know. Sugar,
Oh, please.
shit,
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what's happening to the class?
such profound.
That's right. You have to take it off YouTube. The beta people will flag it.
I know, right? The PC people,
Right.
goodness gracious.
And you go under the tractor up to the pumpkins, right?
I did, yep. Yep.
I can see it bring you around the pumpkin.
Oh, I forgot. There should be a little bit of that a little bit of that grass color in a few of those holes in the tractor,
Oh my goodness.
right? There are a few places where you see
They're
through.
popping a few of them,
So I'll just,
All through the
yeah.
fire.
yeah, a few, yeah.
It's to give it authenticity.
I'm just reminding myself to save that little window in there. Okay.
So your original yellow was like cerulean and
Aureolin or cadmium, whatever yellow you happen to like.
right, and then you used like that kind of brush or this kind of brush.
Use both.
I use the flat brush, but it doesn't really
Doesn't
matter.
matter. All right.
Those muffins are spectacular.
Oh my god, aren't they?
Thank you.
Wow.
And so are the little.
The
Christine.
crustinas, oh my
God,
goodness.
they're to die for.
Well, I don't know whether I
Tell all your rich friends about me around here.
Huh?
They want to have a private cook.
Yeah,
I'll
really.
drive over here.
Certainly be worth it. Damn it.
I'm a better cook than I am a watercolor, that's for sure.
They're pretty good work.
But
But I love water.
they say that good businesses start out with hobbies.
I love watercolors. They're most beautiful.
Yeah. Emil could do this for the rest of his life.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I love doing it, yeah. I do. I mean, I'm really liking this medium. Well, it sure as hell cleans up easy too.
Right, gives me something to complain about.
Oh, yeah.
Bill, you never complain. So the shadows under the tractor, you're gonna add that in later, right?
Yeah, that'll come later.
And in the lawn around the pumpkins and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want that first wash to dry so that the shadows don't just bleed all over the place.
Right, okay.
So what's the next lightest tone? We go from light slowly to dark. So we did the light sky was first, the light grass
The
was
oranges,
next.
the oranges.
Pumpkins.
But I think the pumpkins have to be next, right? We won't touch that white house.
But even what about the white around the gray house? Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm not putting that in. I don't even know what it is. Oh, it's another
The
one
windows
shed.
around the big house.
Yeah, but they're not white. They're not
They're
white.
gray white.
Yeah, right. They're white in out of light.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna clean my water to make it look,
Oh, sure, thank you. You all right?
it's starting to look off in the color we don't want.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm getting ready to do my pumpkins. And I'm going to use some Aureolin. I can just check this out, and a little bit of Windsor Red. So I get it kind of, yeah, it looks pumpkin-y, I guess. Yes, no? Yeah. Okay. So let's start dropping in pumpkin colors.
Pumpkin color.
And I'm not gonna do each pumpkin. I am gonna make rounded strokes so that they have that lumpy look. But at the bottom where they touch the, what do you call it? The palette, it's straight. So that line is straight. These here are gonna be, I'm just spinning my brush.
We're doing a watercolor class.
Hi. Sure, come on, take a look. Okay, so just using my brush, they're all blending together, and then here we go. Oh, I lost my picture. These pumpkins up against the house.
Yes.
And let me get a bunch of pumpkins underneath here.
I didn't put them there, left them out.
And I'm just making one big stroke to put these pumpkins in.
You can stick them in.
This is
I
like
don't want 'em.
week 6 of
I
8.
don't like them.
No, it's a
Well,
tractor,
stick it
the
in the
tractor,
spring
it's
one.
pretty much the same
That'll be
color.
in April.
Tractor's running out.
All right, while the pumpkins are a little bit wet,
For 6 weeks, 8 weeks the first time.
I'm gonna grab a little bit of cerulean blue. Well, blue is the opposite of orange. So to get a shadow color, so I'm gonna go like that.
You have to sign up.
Right.
Well, leave your email address and we'll
Blue always goes into
put you
shadow.
on the list and send out when we do the second time.
Staring.
If we do the second time.
She's scary.
So I'm just doing the right-hand edges of these pumpkins.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Just the shadow, just a little hint of the shadow side. And this one needs a little bit of work. That's too that edge is too sharp, so I'm just going to put some water over it. This one not sharp enough, so get a little bit more pumpkin on there. Okay, now I'm going to take Windsor Red and Burnt Sienna. I'm going to keep this light because the top of the tractor is pretty darn light. What was that?
Just a pad of paper.
Something Brad will pick up.
Can't see.
And I'm going to take this color right on through almost everything except the tire, just to make it easy on myself. Okay, right down here, right underneath the engine. Now, some of it's going to get darker later, but I'll deal with that. But I'm just getting one big shape. Keep it simple. Where else does this go? I've got a little bit of. I got a couple of spotlights up here. There's another one there. I've got a little bit of something or other in there where the pedals are. And I got a nice
Block of something.
bright red seat, which I'll sort of stick in there. I'll get the pad of the seat later. Okay, let's go right across there.
Where's Ellen?
I know she's not in this. She couldn't make it this week.
She's a good painter.
She is, like she goes.
She's where?
Okay, so
So those brighter reds on the edges, why would you just
I
turn?
don't know. I had
Okay.
it. I just had it there. They're going to be darker anyway, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter what
okay,
goes in
okay.
there. So I'll stop there.
Alright.
I'm resisting doing that red. Hey, Joan, I'm resisting doing the red barn in the back because that red might blend into the tractor.
Stimulates your endorphins.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, it's so small, that was, I wish they'd do a bigger picture of the painting. I'm not what?
Yeah, now,
I know.
Joan, do you see it big? Do you see it big now? Oh, what the hell was I doing? I didn't do the inside of the tractor tire,
Oh, okay.
Oh, stop, little hands.
so I'm going to do a little bit of that.
Looks like a postcard.
It does, doesn't it?
The holes in the tractor at the top are not on the grass.
Windsor what?
That's true. For the tractor cases in our one.
Right. And actually, the other tire is behind there. So
That's right.
that's all, just the bottom ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So now I'm glad that the grass color behind the wheel is dry because I can go right up against it and still have a light green in there. And I got a little bit of tractor tire down here.
Okay.
We're not watching.
I'm just it's sort of like filling in paint by numbers. I'm putting in a red.
I can do that.
Trying to make sure the tire looks circular. Ooh.
can't see your picture.
Okay, now can you?
Thank you.
There we go.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
I'm not seeing the picture either.
Okay, now how about now? Ooh, there.
That's better. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, when someone who's not muted coughs or makes a noise, then my picture disappears.
Well, you have to pin it on the other end.
No, but I pinned mine, but
Joan was trying to speak and we can't hear her.
well, when she tries to speak, then her
That interrupts you.
yeah. Well, I don't mind the interruption. It's just that her
I'll try to explain to her. I've tried to explain to her, but she can't seem to get in on the larger picture.
yeah.
Here comes the train again.
It's funny on the recordings how you can hear the train.
Yep.
It's amazing. Oh. Who just entered the waiting room?
Looking like really messy.
So we did pumpkins in a tractor.
Yep, that's all we did. What's taking so long?
It's a big tractor.
I didn't even get to the stuff yet, oh my god.
What? Emil, you're,
Is
yeah.
your tractor same color as your roof, like a little raw sienna?
Well, you're pointing out something to me right now. I'm thinking like they're too close to the same color. I may take that roof and make it another color later on.
There's a bit more, I guess, blue in the tractor. I'm trying to figure it out anyway.
I think you're right, Barbara. I will be doing that later on. It'll be one of those adjustment things halfway through. Because I want the tractor to look lighter and stand out from the roof, and I don't want the roof to be too bright. So I'll tone it down. You're good thinking
We'll
ahead.
figure it out and get back to you.
She's.
Just messed that up. Oh, well.
Oh boy. Okay, we got miles to go before we sleep here. The biggest area that isn't painted at all is the house, and I see white trim, and I kind of like that on a house, so I don't have to put it in. But the white is around the porch, and there's the spindles. But I'm going to paint the white that's in shadow, because it's not as that we know it's white paint, but it's not as white as the distant house that low building beyond the red barn. So I'm going to paint the entire house with the color of the white trim that's out of light. So okay, I'm gonna put, wow, I got a little bit of green still on that brush. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna go right over that, right over, give myself that. So I am, in my mind, I'm gonna have a light side that's just, not in the photograph, but I did add it to my picture. I'm gonna have a light side on that side, and then this side will be a shadow side, so. And it's just the white. I can cover almost everything, including the steering wheel here. Okay, so now white that's out of light is usually on the cool side, and I'm gonna, well, let me try a little bit of Windsor. Ooh, that's way too bright. I'm gonna go with the ultramarine blue. Remember, this is okay, and a little bit of Windsor red. Just okay, there we go. Get a little bit more strong color on there.
So just that left corner is gonna be more bright,
Yes.
the left side.
And so this is the color of the trim, which is a little bit darker than the sky. So I have to make sure I get some strength to this. You know, barns that have white trim on them, houses that have white trim, it can be really bedeviling for a painter because you're always going around things. But I'm just going right, I'm trying to make it easy on myself. I'm going right through everything.
Did you water that first?
I did, yep. That's why it's going so well. I mean, it's just flowing. I mean, it's just flowing. I don't have to,
Dirty water.
yeah. Yeah, where else?
He used a darker blue and a cooler red.
And it's too.
Oh,
Okay. And while we're at it, that's wet. I can't do anything with that. Make sure this goes slightly downhill. And now I'm going to do this distant red barn. Windsor red and alizarin crimson. And I need to be a different color than the tractor, which has the burnt sienna in it. A little bit of blue to it. Okay. You see how that looks? Is that bright enough? Yeah.
What kind of blue, ultramarine?
Yeah. So I'm painting the shadow side of it as well as the side that's in color. Or in sunlight, sorry. My tricky thing is going to be paint around these pumpkins. So I'm just making little rounded strokes.
Beautiful.
so it's like a Windsor red and a burnt umber? Or a burnt sienna?
Windsor red and alizarin. Nice, just kind of bright, right?
You said Windsor and alizarin?
No, I didn't. I just
Ugh.
not.
I believe so, yes. Yeah, he wet it and then he went with this.
All right, now what am I doing with that thing? While I have, no, I'll stop there. We'll get into the tractor next. Some details. We got to let the house dry before I do. Hey, come on in.
I don't want to start your filming.
Sorry.
What are you doing, folks? Tractors.
Yeah.
Tractors. How you doing, Emma?
Good, how you doing?
Good, yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
I left my charger for my
You
hand.
did? it safe.
Everyone's concentrating so much.
You're catching them when they're not swearing.
That's all on the table.
Ned,
Yep.
I have a question about mixing paints. When I mix the grass color with cerulean and aureolin, they kind of separate on my palette, and they separate a bit on the paper too, which is okay for grass, but sometimes you'd want to have something more smooth.
Well, I think that separation is what makes watercolor look like watercolor. I think sometimes if you stir the paint up so much that to try to homogenize it, it gets to be kind of a flat and dull color. I celebrate the sort of broken look.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want consistency, get a factory green.
Don't listen to
New
Bill.
Jersey.
Don't listen to Bill.
I'll have to run a bunch of errands,
All right. Good.
thinking about how I'm gonna set up for back there.
You're 2 weeks ahead of yourself.
Well, whether, because with
I know.
2 tables in there, seeing if I can figure out a way to,
Yeah.
instead of a table, to do something else. Not too crowded.
Okay. Well, that was good. It was good we were all together the other day and kind of got in our heads what we're
Yeah.
doing next.
Yeah, that was good.
It's really hard to do that.
Pre-planning, yeah.
An email would be a disaster.
And even though we all know the space, it's still hard to visualize.
Yes.
And the fact that Kathleen and I could measure in there and just have, okay, the 6-foot table comes to here, the 4-foot table comes to there, people can walk in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little close with pottery,
It'll work.
Yeah. but maybe if I turn my table in.
Yeah, and then there's that pipe in there too, on the far
Oh,
wall.
yeah, I forgot about that.
And I have a question.
Sure.
If you put the tree without the leaves in your sketch, where in the timing do you paint that?
If you are going to put the tree in, obviously it's one of the darkest things, so I would save it right to the very end. You could lift out some color on the left side of the tree, like on the trunk, that's a little bit lighter. So you could, when everything's dry, you could lift out and do some of the major lines of the tree, let that dry, and then do the shadow sides of the branches. But it's definitely something to do at the end. You can't paint around all those branches. That would drive me crazy.
Well, yeah.
I've been painting around the trunk of the tree, so
Okay.
the roof and house end.
Okay.
But the rest of it, okay, so at the end, just do the whole tree as it were. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Who's throwing
I
stuff?
didn't do that.
I did it. Oh, thank you.
Oh boy, what do we do next?
Pray.
Right, exactly.
what's that, the air filter that's popping out the top?
I think it could be like the muffler thing, because the air filter would be something different. But I'm leaving that to Kathy to tell us.
Maybe it's a horn.
No,
No, it's exhaust.
it's an exhaust thing, right?
I worked 3 summers in a row on a farm.
I worked my whole life.
Back in the 70s, yeah. When you could make like $100 or $200 a week, and there was nothing to spend it on.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna paint the very light tone on the tires. Not the really dark part in the shadows, but the light where the tires are in sunlight. And I'm trying to figure out what color I'm gonna do. A little bit of ultramarine, a little bit of alizarin. You're kind of getting my formula. And then a little bit of the raw sienna, the yellowy color, and just to see if I get a. There we go. That's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be the light side of the tire.
Did you repeat those colors?
Red, yellow, and blue.
Yeah.
Red, yellow, what was the red?
Alizarin.
He only uses 3.
Did you say Elizabeth? Thank you.
Anytime you want to get gray, really, I don't mean to be flipped. Red, yellow, and blue. Do it. You can do almost any red with a blue and a.
We haven't done that assignment yet, have we?
I know we haven't. It's a good one too.
Okay, you're gonna have to repeat that wonderful color combination. What's the,
Red, yellow, and blue.
big help that is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's see what happens.
But you can see there are parts of these tires that are in light. So I don't want to paint them all black. So I'm at least putting one tone down, which will later be the lightest part. And I will certainly get darker tones into those tires, but and while I'm fussing with the tractor, I'm going to go inside and start to do some of the darks inside the engine area. Let's go. I need it darker. Okay, so I'm.
That's the same color you're doing in there?
Kathy, you could look in there and tell where the generator part is, and
Yeah.
Probably had to replace one once in the middle of the night when it was raining. Right?
No, my dad did all that. You still can get parts from it.
Wow.
How old is it?
1943.
wow.
Are they
Wow.
still running some of them?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. my-
Farmers notoriously run everything into the ground.
Literally. I know, and then they just leave them.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
And no matter what they tell the EPA, you can't drink the water in the irrigation pit.
Well, you can. I tell you what you do that.
No, you don't go near
You
it.
could tell your shrubs that are better, right? They always die.
They always do.
Something is up there.
I see red, yellow, blue.
Just a combination.
Great combination.
If it looks too purple, then you add the yellow. If it looks a little too greenish, then you add the red.
But you don't put it anywhere near the paper until you like it, because it doesn't get better.
You are so right on
I
that
know, I
one.
got too late, too much.
So you went into like a real dark brown mode for the tractor.
I did.
Tires. I'm not gonna do the house till I have more time to think about it.
You think that's funny, huh? I can oftentimes let it go, let it wait a week.
Ellen would say, I'll do that this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like Ellen.
Okay, I got some details of the tractor there. I may still go back with some more darks.
And what's that round thing on the side?
Oh, I don't. Oh, it's where the belt. It's the belt
Oh, okay.
that would run off, right?
Yeah.
Runs all kinds of stuff, like
Hand in there.
right,
Oh,
Kathy.
They used to have that sort of thing out the back.
It
Like a gear controller run stuff.
No, it runs the side blade.
Yeah.
This is tractor talk.
Yeah, this is tractor.
Tractor talk.
okay. I just done a lot of just detail work serving the tractor. Little bit of holes under the pallet. I'm really waiting for that house to dry so I can get into that. Which is darker, the blue of the shadow side of the house, or the green hillside in the distance?
Parts of the forest is really dark.
Yeah, and I look at my value sketch. I have them both as a 3, a middle value. So maybe I won't make one real brighter or darker than another.
And now it's time to make black.
No, Bill. No.
Huh?
Break your arm.
No, I can do it. I can get it. The attitude is, if it's worth complaining about, it's worth doing.
Okay.
Just kidding.
What's that? We still have all this done. Half an hour left. Oh, that's looking good. Kind of just
That's nice.
Those are tough to draw too.
They are.
Mine's orange is tough to draw.
Right, good, good.
Very impressionist.
You're a good painter.
But I got a good black. No factory black for me.
Okay, I'm gonna do the distant hillside, which is, we'll have a lot of hints of different colors. There's a blush of light lime green in there. There's a little bit of an orange tree I see above the red barn, and then we have some pine trees right up against the building. So I'm gonna try to do that all in one mush, so that I don't want to get too hung up in this tree and then that tree, and that's the aspen, and that's the maple, and that's the willow. I want to just try to let it, because when we look at the picture, if you squint your eyes, it all kind of runs together. So it's a mid-tone with some cools and some warms. So let's see what happens. Raw sienna and cerulean blue. Okay, raw sienna and cerulean blue for this tree in the lower right here. It's yellowish, but I don't want it to be too bright to spoil the pumpkins.
Cerulean, the greener blue, the lighter greener blue.
So I'm just dumping a couple of colors on there. Okay, let me do, I do see this. I'm gonna use some new gamboge and some red and some Windsor red. This is the, what I see is the sort of orange tree in the distance. I'm making it a little bit brighter than I will leave it, but throwing that in there. I see an aureolin tree in here. Somewhere here, I'll have maybe that one. Okay, these are kind of like pear shapes or something. All right, now. Okay, let me get some blue, some ultramarine. I don't like that color at all. I mean, if you look at it, it's not going well. So then don't go for it. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be a. There we go. There's a color I can live with.
Yeah, it's purple.
Right. It is.
Right, and then it becomes brown once it
For
gets
Purple
over there.
Mountain's Majesty. And since these colors have just gone on, they're going to blend a little bit. And if I...
Big garden. Full time.
Oh, do you have a business here?
No, we just have our own beautiful gardens.
Okay, that's a little bit of a what red, what do you call it? Green, yellow tree. Back into it.
Oh my goodness gracious. What would you mix with that ultramarine and alizarin and something?
See how I'm just letting these things just kind of mush together a little bit. And let me get a little... Just picking up color that's there, There we go, that's not too bad. I don't want to get caught in doing this tree, then that tree, then this tree, then that tree. So I'm just trying to just go
Kind of layer it.
go with the flow here. Yeah. Let things run together. Okay, now these trees are kind of fun. Raw sienna and ultramarine. Two of them make a
Evergreen
make a
compound.
nice. The yellow, the sunny side will have more. What do you call this stuff? We'll have more raw sienna. So here we go. Boom, boom, and let the brush do the work. So I let it flick out. There's some more, and then down here it starts to get darker. So we start adding stronger blues. And I come back because I see a second tree in there, so I'm going to do that raw sienna again. Leave a little bit of sky hole so that you can see through. And then I'll mush this down. I don't see a very strong edge there. And I need to put some of that color down underneath here. Okay, now where does it look too bright? It looks kind of jumpy in this thing. So I'm just going to take some dirty water and give it a little bit of a tone, and just leave a little hint of that orange, right? That way it doesn't look too jumpy. Okay, so there. Okay, and I think Barbara's right. Once this dries, I'm gonna darken this or make it a little bit bluer, so it's not the same tone as the tractor.
It's really nice the way the blue just right along.
Yeah, and the blue, right at the edge of the forest, it's a little darker.
The line is on.
It's a little darker down at the bottoms, like down in here. Okay, go paint. What's that? Oh, the trees, yeah, I mean.
He's singing over there?
No.
Okay.
He's moaning.
He's moaning, you're groaning, moaning and groaning, is that what it is? I guess he is there. I'm really gonna have to go really dark with this tree. Oh, fun, that'll be fun. Ish.
Okay, I'm gonna start in on the house. And this is a little, like I say, there's so much that is just adding a few more darks, adding a few more shadow colors, but I do want to get in this house color. and it's problematic because I have a side of the house that I can't see in the photograph, and then I've got a side that is in shadow.
So you've got to do human AI there.
Yeah, so I'm sensing that it's kind of a cerulean blue type building.
Otherwise known as use your imagination.
Right.
I can see in like 20 or 30 years, people are going to be telling their kids, use your imagination. And they'll go,
What?
huh?
What?
What's that?
What's that? Yeah.
Isn't there AI for that? They probably won't even call it AI anymore.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that blue. And then I'm going to use cerulean with Windsor to get a darker blue, kind of the blue in out of light. It looks just too dark, but I'm going to leave the light trim the way the color of the paper that I've left it. I like my flat brush because it makes pretty good straight lines here. Going around the trim of the windows. Good heavens. Okay, there we go. And then, let's keep this going here. And then under the roof, under the awning, it's a little bit darker. Come on, let's get a little ultramarine in here. This is what you like, Judy, right? Going around windows and doors. I'm going to do the spindles.
Bad.
Huh?
Me too. Yellow ochre.
And then the roof itself is certainly darker than oh my goodness, it's right.
Here comes the train again.
Whoa.
And I see this side of the roof being slightly darker than the other side. Okay. So it's the darks that start to lock things in place.
Mm-hmm. You gotta do this at home.
I think we just got too dark.
Let me see. Let me see. Is that hotness, you know? Yeah. You have to calm down, then you'll get to it. I know. I'm trying. It's hard, I know.
That look like a building that turns.
More than mine does.
Okay, and now a couple more window. And window holes, you gotta be careful. It's again, you don't want to make it one solid color. You can put a little warm color in there, as though there's a shade, a line that's coming down. You can do a very dark color, as though there's a screen on the bottom half of the window, which there often is. Get a little dark one down here. And the top one being a little bit lighter.
Or you can paint it brown as though it's been boarded up.
Yeah, like there's a plywood on it,
Because
right?
some kid went and threw a brick.
I'm gonna do
Someone
the,
who wasn't playing with a soccer ball inside.
I'm gonna take care of this little house down here. Gonna do the shadow side. There's that. Into the window, another window.
Oh, well. Thanks.
There you go.
I'll have to figure out where Wall Street. Take that, just disappeared. Oh.
And the roof of this thing is gonna be fairly dark. And if it blends in with the rest, that's okay too. All right. Now it's just a matter. I'm just going to do some of the green shadows. I do need to go back into these tires, but if we don't finish during class, I know you guys can touch that up.
10 minutes, forget it.
There's no sense in rushing. At this point, you spend so much time on it, so you don't want to rush some things. Okay, so here's some shadow colors. And this is shadow color coming down from the
CVS.
barn.
Food store. Yeah, it's fine. Thanks. What do you think?
Shadow color coming off of this.
Yeah.
We definitely have some shadow colors under here.
Yep.
We can do some splatter too, you know. Right?
Psychedelic sky. This. I hate when it bleeds like that. I hate when it bleeds like that. This guy. Okay. The shadows have to get darker, man. Especially in the foreground.
Did you wet your house when you used the shadow?
No, just look around. Everything okay?
Yeah. Potential spam.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I get that crap all the time.
Yes.
Stupid. Just leave me alone.
All right, and I'm going to do a few little pumpkin stems sitting out of here. Boy, this looks okay down here, doesn't it? But then I need to do more there. Okay. Okay, let's see the tractor tire. Here we go. And then right inside here, it's gonna be really dark. And I have these things.
Yeah, that's some interesting shadow close to that tire, right?
Right, right. And I gotta get some dark reds in here. Inside the. Oh, I get too lazy. I don't switch my brush and I do the steering wheel. I can do it with a. I'm making stuff up down here. Like this is. I'm making stuff up. Like, oh, that's a little.
That's all you can
Yeah,
do.
we'll stop with the spark plugs, all right?
Right, right.
That's all you can do with this, you know, with that, the photograph, because it's not.
And you're not a mechanic, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to have a variety of shapes in there to make it look kind of sort of something interesting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hit the 12 o'clock mark. With 1 minute to spare.
Well, like 40 seconds.
I'm putting it in there. I gotta push it on there. I'll finish mine. Either today or tomorrow. I'll get it done. Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. I'm gonna start doing this.
That has to be a phone call.
Yeah, mine, sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about.
We all heard it.
All right, how's it work?
Step away from the camera.
We've had a lot of that today, huh?
It's the snow coming.
Oh, and then the last thing I'm gonna do,
Nice little grid.
Thank you.
the last little bit I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna tone down that roof on that barn because it's too close to the whatever. Tractor. So,
To make it contrast from the tractor.
Right.
Make the tractor stick out.
make the tractor stick out.
Make the tractor stick out. Well, I wasn't watching. What were you just really working on? Mainly the shadows.
Yeah.
That's what you were like around the
Like in
lawn.
there. And then
Okay,
I did
did
the,
more,
I
yeah.
did that and I did
He's giving
that.
it more dimension.
Yeah, so I
yeah.
kind of
okay.
left it like that, right? Is that,
Okay, so, right, so here you actually painted in your glass part, and you're just trying to represent the, you
The
know, the
frame.
white trim.
yeah.
But
And,
you painted in your glass part.
yeah, in the
okay,
middle.
Okay,
Oh, and then,
and you're just giving a little hint of the clapboards.
yep.
Okay. And then I love the way you did that.
So we're gonna do this thing.
What are you doing?
He's blotting something. No, wait, what's this?
You've done this. You've
No,
seen
I've
this.
never
Come
done
on.
You blot.
Ooh, nice.
No, Ned,
Oh,
you
this
have a
is
lot
like
of
Ned
tricks.
Trick what?
Oh, that. Oh.
We've
Oh,
done
yeah.
this before, right?
Oh, yeah. The only one I did that was on the Japanese bouquet
There's a lot
last
of
year.
detail that I could put in too. Yeah.
It's so effective though. It's very effective.
It just kind of breaks it all up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Breaks. Oh yeah. But the thing with that is you gotta stop at the right time.
Yeah, you do. You do. And I just got one up there, one up there. And then I get them all over this.
Oh, but that's easy to wipe off, right? So you won't go anything more on your
I don't
trees.
think so.
You're gonna leave it.
Yeah. If I do that, then your eye will start to go up there, and I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How can I on the screen? It looks totally different on the screen. Masterpieces. Oh, come on, please, you two are. And what about this guy?
Very different. Yeah.
He's
See, I had to
God,
drop that down. It's just the same color as that. So.
you know, that sky is
It
incredible.
is like it? Yeah, I don't like this bleedy. Bleedy.
Yeah, but bleedy is
Yeah.
effective
Yeah,
sometimes.
okay.
But you could take a wet brush and
Yeah,
blend it.
yeah.
'Cause I'm always afraid to leave sharp edges.
Yeah.
Like, but here you have to have a sharp edge.
Yeah,
so-
I know. But
Oh, you didn't do the tree yet. Oh, you
Oh,
haven't even
no,
done it.
that's gonna be the last thing. And then I gotta fix all this foliage, this is very
Oh,
good.
so you didn't do that left side of the house?
No, I didn't do it,
Yeah.
no.
It's fascinating how everybody's.
But, this needs a lot of work, but that's, you know,
By tomorrow it'll be a masterpiece.
thanks. I don't know about that, but I appreciate your confidence.
I enjoy painting. And my friends say my paintings are decent, so.
Yeah, you do a great job.
Yeah.
I think you do a great job.
Practice, practice.
That's right. Practice, practice.
I can't believe I sprinkles on screen.
All right. Thank you for another challenging one, mister.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh, and you. It's so nice we can keep your little perspective instructions.
Oh, yeah, I
And
gotta-
Yeah.
your circle one, that was good too.
Yeah.
There's circles everywhere.
I don't have to
I didn't watch it yesterday.
Some wine bottles.
I'm bad.
Maybe some pieces of fruit.
Ned, when you did the circle, did you do like a cross and then you just connect it like that?
Yeah, that was, I just put 4 points.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't go.
Okay,
I'm not
I'll look at it
brave.
later for sure.
Not brave.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I know.
Well, you putting the tree in? No.
Oh, yeah, I just didn't go there yet.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't done
You are
any of
putting
that.
this tree, you're putting it in.
No,
no.
no. Just the back.
Oh, you know what?
The
This
tree
tree.
line, yeah.
I wanna get a cup of coffee, so we'll do a quick coffee, literally. And then I gotta get to CVS. I gotta go to CVS, I gotta go to the store, I gotta get.
Okay, step
All
away
right.
from the painting.
Step away.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
Okay, I think everyone, there's always a lot of little dark details you can put in
Yeah,
that make other parts jump out.
yeah.
And so take your time.
Undefinite.
Yeah.
You know, they're loose.
Pumpkin stalks or
Yeah,
stems,
there's a whole
you can
bunch of-
always do those later.
Yeah.
Some of the detail in the engine you can fuss around with.
I
Squint
started
your
the
eyes.
shadow, Ned.
On that.
Yeah.
I did the shadows, but they're not dark enough.
Right.
So I just have to,
Do you
Yep.
do any
Yeah.
blocking?
yeah. So, anyway.
So have some fun with this, and we'll do a critique on Wednesday night.
Yep.
By walking.
You're, like, see, I